Alright. Peace. Yes, thank you for your patience. There's kind of a process, you feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, I did mean to do your reading sooner than later. But yeah, some inconveniences just took place, you feel what I'm saying? Um, and that made me behind schedule. But anyways, let's jump into the reading. So, within this reading, I will be covering primarily your sun and your moon, and we'll talk about your ascendant probably as well, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah, and I'll also give a little bit of advice into things as well, you feel what I'm saying? Looking at your chart, things are starting to make more sense to me, you feel what I'm saying? You're Cancer, and so your sun is in Cancer, and so is your Mercury. Your sun and your Mercury is in Cancer, and then you have like your Leo. My bad. Your Venus is in Leo. You feel me? And Venus is like all about social life and how you conduct your social affairs. So Venus essentially helps us understand how we are in relationships, and with Venus and Leo, in simple terms, without going into detail, these are individuals that are they're like free in the social realm, and they're free to be themselves, or I should say, they're free to be themselves to an extent where people feel comfortable being them. Being themselves around them as well. So this isn't, because Leo is an energy that's very expressive, it's very energetic, and so Venus and Leo energy. I wonder what house is in, and it's in Leo. It's in the 8th house. Okay, so Venus and Leo in the 8th house. This is very expressive energy, you feel me? A person who is very energetic, socially speaking, like, but I also want to say this though, because it's in the 8th house, you are primarily, a lot of the times, by yourself, because, and I wonder where your ascendant is. Okay, interesting. Because, yeah, with Venus being in the 8th house, this is also energy that may attract conflict within the department of life that deals with the social life. So attracting people that are fake to you, enemies type energy even, you feel me? Like, Leo, it's cool energy because it can express as kindness and friendship and like compassion, you feel me? But then at the same time, the Leo energy can also express as dominion or domination. That's negative. That's the negative attribute of Leo. So with Venus being in Leo here, you feel me? It's like energies of you trying to, specifically, power and control struggles may manifest when it comes to the social affairs. You feel me? The friendships and the relationships even. But like, yeah, this energy, it's also a really laid back, cool type energy. A person who enjoys having fun, enjoys going out, enjoys partying, entertaining themselves. And this is also a very sexual sign, placement rather I should say, because Leo is a sign that deals with sex, and then the 8th house is a house that's associated with Scorpio, which is the sign of sex, you feel me? So very sexual energies present here as well. But ultimately, to really give you valuable inside information, Venus in the 8th house, this type of energy is like, before you can experience true harmony within your friendships and social life and relationships, you have to do inner healing. There's certain things about yourself that you have to handle and set straight, because those certain things about yourself are producing disharmony within your relationships. So an example is like, maybe you may be an individual who's very anxious, right, and very overly emotionally very anxious and worried, and always hoping and thinking for the worst, feel me? Because Cancer can be like that. Let's see where your moon is. I haven't even pinned down your moon, you feel what I'm saying? Take a breath with me, because I just took a breath for you, but you should take a breath with me. So your moon is in Scorpio? Whoa, that's crazy. So yeah, you feel me? like Venus in 8th house energy, and like Moon in Scorpio, that only adds to the fire. That's like fuel for the fire. You feel me? It's like, but this type of energy, it's like looking at your. Let's see where your sun is though. Okay. So your sun is in the 7th house, which is interesting. How I started talking about Venus, because the 7th house is a house that deals with relationships and relating with others and partnerships, boyfriends and girlfriends. You feel what I'm saying? But also business partnerships, or like partnerships amongst people that a child mother like relation, like partnership or relationship. But it's like this is a hit and miss, because like if there's a close relationship between the mother and the child, then that's a 7th house energy. But if there isn't, then that's not a 7th house energy, but a 4th house energy. You feel what I'm saying? But the 7th house is the one-on-one relationships, is what I'm trying to say. So with your sun being in the 7th house within the sign Cancer, you invest a lot of emotional energy into relationships. You feel what I'm saying? First and foremost, the sun vitalizes and gives energy into the sign it's in, and the house it's in. So the house is the house of relationships, and the sign is the sign of moods. First and foremost, you feel me? Cancer signifies great emotional activity. First and foremost, you feel what I'm saying? Cancer is cardinal water. So cardinal, fixed, and mutable. These are the 3 states of the elements within astrology. You feel what I'm saying? So an element, fire, water, earth, air, can either be cardinal, fixed, or mutable. In other words, it can either be gas / cardinal, fixed / solid, or gas / mutable. My bad. Or liquid / mutable. You feel what I'm saying? So Cancer is gas, and this is like when the element is at its highest activity. You feel me? And so Cancer is ruled by the moon. The moon deals with the mind, but the moon deals with the passive, emotional mind, irrational mind. You feel me? And thus, also with you having your Mercury within Cancer, your irrationalities, you may be an irrational person, straight the fuck up, you feel me? In the sense that, see, Cancer deals with emotions, it deals with feelings. Its doctrine is I feel, you feel me? They rule the feelings, you feel me? So they rely heavily upon how they feel. I also want to say this, with your Venus being in Leo, you are a very expressive person. So Scorpio is intense emotions, but like water signs, they're internal with their emotions and their feelings. But then fire signs are external with their emotions and their feelings. So a fire sign is like an individual who can be dramatic, you feel what I'm saying, or enthusiastic, or like just talk in a way and move around and all this other stuff, you feel what I'm saying, in a manner that inspires other people, because fire is a sign that's all about inspiration. And speaking of fire, it has great relevancy to it, because you have your ascendant in Leo, my bad, in not Leo, my bad, in Sagittarius. Yeah, so that's a fire sign, you feel me? Sagittarius. But anyways, as I was saying though, yeah, so Cancer's ruler is the moon. When you think of the moon represents the internal world. She represents our emotions, you feel me? She represents motherly instincts, you feel me? Nurturative energies. So the moon rules plants as well, and I want to throw this little gem in there. Certain people, because of their energetic configuration, are good around plants. Other people are not. People who have that Cancerian energy would be wonderful for plants, you feel me? So you would benefit from having a plant, you feel me? Having a little garden for yourself. I feel like that'd probably be something that would benefit you, you feel me? And even, like, I don't know if you knew this, but plants, they're conscious. You can speak with them. You can build a whole relationship with the plant. And it's like, you see, Cancer needs to be taking care of something. taking care of someone. That's what they enjoy. You feel what I'm saying? So Cancer enjoys feeding the animals. You feel me? Feeding the hobos. Feel what I'm saying? But it's really an energy that's all about doing for those who can't do for themselves. You feel me? That's very much the moon. So thus, with your 7th house in Cancer energy, this is like entanglement in relationship. You feel what I'm saying? Like for me, and I don't want it to sound bad when I say entanglement in relationship. It's like, for example, I have my son in the 10th house, so I'm entangled in business. You feel what I'm saying? And in like the public world and like the distribution of information, you know, that's what I'm entangled in. And what you're entangled in is relationships. You feel what I'm saying? So one thing that will always be prominent in your life is partnerships, love, and relationships. But unfortunately, because it's in you have Venus, the planet of relations, which rules the house of relations and the sign of relations, Libra. But because you have Venus in the 8th house within the sign of Leo, because it's in Leo, it doesn't do so bad. Because Leo is the sign that's ruled by the sun, you feel me? And the sun is power, vitalization. So these are also people that can be natural leaders. And so Cancer is also an individual. They're very natural leader energies as well, you feel me? They have an ability to lead. In the sense that a Cancer can solicit emotions within another person, you feel me? Like, because Cancers, they operate more in the emotional plane, and thus Cancers, for instance, are known to be comedians. This is random as hell, but like, for example, Kevin Gates, my bad, not Kevin Gates, Kevin Hart's. Kevin Gates is an Aquarius, but Kevin Hart's, the comedian, is a Cancer. You feel what I'm saying? And he's known for speaking in a manner that makes people laugh and brings joy to people. But then another Cancer. Fuck, I hope I said the first one, because the first one was more important. They're comedians, but they're also good salespeople. You feel me? They're really great with persuasion and influencing people. You feel me? Yeah, great. Anyways, I kind of lost my train of thought. So, but yeah, with here, relationships become the primary focus. But then when we look at the planet of relationships, it's in a house where it is debilitated, where it is weak, and thus, it's like with this placement, I feel like, just because the 8th house is a house that deals with enemies, for example. So like a lot of sketchy shit happens in the department of friendships and relationships.